name is Orianelle, and I've been playing Flight Horizon for like 2 years now, well, over 2 years, and I decided to start making YouTube videos on it, because I make some YouTube videos on other stuff I enjoy, and I decided to start a channel on Flight Rising, because, like, in my time playing, I've, like, figured out a lot of stuff about the little kinks and tricks around Flight Rising to, like, make money fast, and different fun things you can do around Flight Rising that I didn't really know as a new person, and I kind of wish I had known as a new person, so I'm going to be making these videos to hopefully help other new people, like, figure stuff out sooner than I did. So, yeah, first you might realize I'm recording on mobile. That's because my Wi-Fi connection here isn't that great, so Flight Rising loads faster on my phone than on my laptop. So, yeah, that's why I'm doing this here. So, we'll see how this goes. Yep. So, basically, for the new people here, you might be wondering, what is Flight Rising? If you haven't joined Flight Rising, or if you're relatively new to Flight Rising, well, Flight Rising is basically a game circled all around these dragons of all different colors and stuff. And as you can see, here's some of my dragons that are like currently for sale right now. You can see they're all different colors, shapes, and patterns. So basically, the game is mostly centered around breeding these dragons to get more dragons of different colors and patterns. And we'll get into more details in that in later tutorials, but basically for the simple overview is each dragon has so many different things to it. Like dragons at first, the shape of the dragon will be determined by the breed. Like this breed you can see here is Nocturne. You can see right here underneath the name of the dragon, it says the breed of the dragon, so this breed is Nocturne. And then to decide the patterns and the colors, you'll be down here in genetics, and you'll see it says it has 3 different categories, and each category has a color and a gene. So the color is Nightshade Abyss, and then the genes are Star Map, Constellation, Filigree. The colors decide the color, and the genes decide the pattern. So, and those patterns and colors and the breed type is passed on to babies with different chances depending on what rarity, brains, and genes you're working with. We'll get into breeding, genetics, and all in a later video, but that's a basic overview on what is Flight Rising. So, but Flight Rising is also so much more than just dragons. Like, I've been playing for like 2.5 years now. Up until like 2 years of me playing, I was almost quitting because I was getting bored of just dragons because I never really had touched the forums before. But there's a whole nother world to Flight Rising. If you're a new person, I recommend getting into it, or if you're an old person like I was, who just have never bothered, the forums are amazing. Flight Rising has one of the best online communities I have personally ever seen. Like, everybody is so friendly, and you very, very rarely hear of any toxicness or anything. So it's a really, really good community. I love the Flight Rising community and all. So, and there's many different stuff you can do with the community. So, like, one of the main things is when you first join Flight Rising, you'll get to pick a flight that you'll be in, and that'll be like Arcane, Water, Earth, etc. And those flights will run different events within the flights. We'll get into more details on that in later flights. Like you can see, I'm in Arcane. So you can see down here on the bottom, I have the Arcane forums, sales, Arcane Dom. We'll get into details on that in the future, but that's where a major part of people you'll get to know and hang out with will be. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff, like people will have different shops that they'll set up, art shops of all different kinds. There's some amazing artists on Flight Rising. And yeah, I wish I was as good at art as it seems everybody else is on Flight Rising. But anyway, there's some amazing art shops. So I recommend poking through the art sales forum if you're into that type of thing, because they have some pretty cool art. And then, of course, there's different sales for dragons and all. There's lots of dragon shops. And we call them hatcheries because it sounds cool, I guess. So, but the hatcheries will all be in the Dragon for Sale forums. And then there's auctions and giveaways, especially if you're a new person. Go poke around through the giveaways, because usually there's a lot of giveaways for dragons for new people, and that'll help you get off the ground. And yeah, so there's a whole lot here. We'll be getting into further detail in that later videos. So that basically is my quick, I don't know how many minutes that was, overview on what is Flight Rising. So now, what are you going to expect from my YouTube channel? Why should you subscribe to me? other than the fact that it makes me feel good and be happy when you subscribe to me. But basically on my YouTube channel, I'm going to be trying to do lots of tutorials as the first thing. And I'm going to be doing tutorials on how to do stuff. I mean, that's a tutorial, so that's like self-explanatory. But I'm going to be like trying to cover every aspect of Flight Rising. Like details on how to grind in the Coliseum effectively, how to breed for specific colors and genes, how to code stuff in the forums, because forum posting can be a pain if you don't know the basic forum coding. I remember those days when I first started out on the forum. I didn't know how to post pictures or do anything, but yeah, we'll be going over that. And then I'll be doing coverage of events on Flight Rising, because Flight Rising has a whole bunch of different events. So there's, of course, the Flight Rising based events. That will be like the seasonals and the Night of the Nocturne. We'll be covering what those are and how to best prepare for them to be able to make profits off of them. And then coverage of like player-made events, which will be like dominance battles, maybe auctions, or other events that I might come across in Flight Rising forums that I think are cool and want to share with you guys. If you all know of any, let me know, and I'll might work it into a future video, because player-made events I think are going to be harder to come across other than like Dom battles. But yeah, I'm going to be covering all that, and then I'll be covering other forum pages that I find that are cool. Like maybe occasionally I'll release a video on cool hatcheries of the week or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do. Basically tutorials, events, and things that I think are cool. So yeah, subscribe to me, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to help your Flight Rising experience. Yeah, so I'll see y'all next time. Bye!